The real story of Fela Kuti, the man the Nigerian government was terrified of. He was arrested over 200 times. His mother was thrown from a window by government soldiers. His home was burned to the ground. His wives were beaten. His recordings were banned. And through all of it, he never stopped playing, never stopped singing, never stopped telling the truth. They had the army. He had music, and somehow music won. This is the real story of Fela Kuti, the man the Nigerian government was absolutely terrified of. Fela Anikulapo Kuti was born on October 15, 1938, in Aba Elfika, Nigeria, into one of the most educated and influential families in the country. His father was a minister and pianist. His mother, Funmilayo, was one of Nigeria's most powerful political activists, a fearless woman who challenged British colonial rule decades before independence. Fela was sent to London in 1958 to study medicine. He never studied medicine. Instead, he walked into the Trinity College of Music and discovered jazz. And in the smoky jazz clubs of 1950s London, surrounded by black musicians from America, the Caribbean, and Africa, something awakened in Fela Kuti that Nigeria would never be able to silence. He returned to Nigeria in 1963, not as a doctor, but as a musician. His family was disappointed. Nigeria had no idea what was coming. In the late 1960s, Fela traveled to the United States and encountered the Black Power movement for the first time. He met activists, read Malcolm X, absorbed the anger and the pride of a people demanding their dignity. He came back to Nigeria completely transformed. He took Nigerian traditional music, mixed it with jazz, added funk rhythms, layered political lyrics in Pidgin English so every ordinary Nigerian could understand, and called it Afrobeat. Not Afrobeats with an S that came later. Fela's Afrobeat was a weapon, a musical weapon aimed directly at corruption, colonialism, and government oppression. His songs weren't just music. They were investigations, accusations, evidence. Songs like Zombie mocked the Nigerian military as mindless soldiers following orders without thinking. Expensive Shit told the story of how soldiers arrested him and literally searched his feces for drugs. Lady challenged the way African women were treated. Everything he sang, he had lived. As his music grew more political, Fela did something extraordinary. He declared his compound in Lagos an independent republic. He called it the Kalakuta Republic, named after a jail cell he had been held in. He declared it sovereign territory outside Nigerian government jurisdiction. Inside Kalakuta, Fela ran a free clinic for the poor. He housed musicians, artists, and activists. He built a recording studio. He married 27 women in a single ceremony, not out of excess, but as a deliberate political statement about African tradition and his rejection of Western moral judgment. The Nigerian government watched all of this with growing fury. Here was a man they couldn't buy, couldn't silence, and couldn't intimidate. A man with a microphone, a saxophone, and an audience of millions. That combination terrified them. On the 18th of February 1977, 1,000 Nigerian soldiers surrounded the Kalakuta Republic. They came in the middle of the night. They beat everyone inside. They destroyed equipment. They burned the building to the ground. And then they did something so brutal it shocked the entire world. They took Fela's 77-year-old mother, Funmilayo Kuti, one of Nigeria's greatest activists, and threw her from a window. She never recovered from her injuries. She died 3 months later. Fela's response was devastating in its brilliance. He took his mother's coffin and drove it to the gates of the military barracks and left it there. No words, no speech, just a coffin at the door of the people who killed her. The whole world saw it. The government was humiliated. He then wrote an album called Coffin for Head of State, with artwork showing him carrying his mother's coffin to the gates of the barracks. It became one of the most powerful protest albums ever recorded anywhere in the world. Between 1974 and 1997, Fela Kuti was arrested over 200 times by Nigerian authorities. The charges were almost always fabricated: drug possession, currency violations, anything they could think of. One imprisonment lasted 20 months, during which Amnesty International declared him a prisoner of conscience. He ran for president of Nigeria twice. The government disqualified him both times. He formed his own political party called Movement of the People. They shut it down. Everything they tried, he rebuilt. Everyone they arrested, he replaced. You cannot imprison a movement. Fela Kuti died on August 2, 1997, from complications of AIDS. He was 58 years old. Over 1 million people lined the streets of Lagos for his funeral procession. 1 million people. For a man his own government had tried to erase. Today his music is studied in universities across the world. Broadway made a musical about his life. His son Femi and grandson Made carry his musical legacy forward. And the corruption, military brutality, and government oppression he sang about still exists in Nigeria today, which means his music is still relevant, which means they never really won. Fela Kuti never held political office, never commanded an army, never had the protection of wealth or foreign allies. He had a saxophone, a microphone, and the truth, and he aimed all three directly at power every single day of his life. They arrested him over 200 times. They burned his home. They killed his mother. And he never, not once, apologized for who he was. That is not just a Nigerian story. That is a human story about what one person willing to tell the truth at any cost can mean to an entire generation. The silent mentor, because history whispers. We listen. Subscribe. The next secret is already waiting.